Okay, what is going on, y'all? This is Somebody But Nobody, and you're on the SBN Lifestyle. It's really hard to explain what I'm going to be explaining to y'all in this video, and for a lot of people to understand. I realize that a lot of you are not going to understand what I'm saying because I know how society is, and I know what other people are trying to do all the time, and how we are trying to motivate ourselves to do things. And when we wake up, we have this mindset where we're like, okay, what do I have to do to try to get through this day? What can I do to better myself today? And I'm all for the better of you as a person, but I'm for the better of your health and my health. And I'm for the better of my body, and for that we need exercise. And there's one more thing that I can't think of. There was three things I wanted to say: my health, our exercise, and eating right. Yeah, eating right is really important. But these things are not things that we need to try to do. These are things that should be natural for us to do. It's either it comes down to, do you want to be healthy or do you not want to be healthy? That's all it comes down to. If you're someone that's addicted to cigarettes, then you have to make the decision to stop smoking cigarettes. No one's ever going to stop smoking cigarettes but you. Are you more worried about your health, or are you more worried about smoking a cigarette? And this isn't even what I'm talking about in this video, so I already got a little carried away. But what I'm talking about in this video is what I'm talking about. There is no book on this. There is hardly anybody that is speaking like this and doing it the way that I do it. But here's how I do what I do, and you can see it as an opinion. You can see it as my view on things. But I think if a lot of us did this, I think that things would go a lot better than what they go. But here's what I started out with, and I know a lot of people are not going to understand this. But just a little bit ago, I woke up and I was sitting here, and it's just one of those days, that it's like, I don't want to do nothing. Everything is pointless. Everything is futile. It's like monotony. You know what I mean? It's like I'm living the same day again. And I keep telling myself this and admitting this to myself, that this is absolutely pointless. And see, a lot of people, they will stop right there and they'll say, I don't want to hear anymore. Because you're so used to thinking that you have to try to get better, or you have to try to motivate yourself to go through the day. And here's how I see this thing. We're at the bottom of the mountain, right? And then we say, oh, I have to keep climbing up the mountain. I got to keep trying. I'm going to keep going down all these roads and all these paths to keep trying to get to where I think I need to get to. And then you do all of this stuff and you do all this climbing up the mountain, and you're like, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get to my goal, and I'm gonna do it. And then you climb and you climb and you do what you do, and you try and you try and you try more. And then you get to the top of the mountain. I'm at the top of the mountain. I made it. I made it to the top of the mountain. And then you feel good for a little while, and you're living in the moment, and everything's like, wow, I did something. I accomplished something. Then it slowly fades away, and you go back down to the bottom of the mountain again. And then there's some people, this is how they live their lives. You know, they say, well, I got to climb again. I got to try again. I got to motivate myself to get to that point. You know, I got to get to the top of the mountain again. And see, that is not the way that I do things anymore. And there's a lot of other people that do this too, but they don't speak about it like I speak about it. And I know a lot of you will get depressed by this message and you'll think that I'm trying to bring you down and I'm speaking negative, but it's really not that. It's really not that. But when you're at the bottom of the hill, I say stay at the bottom of the hill and just say, look, I don't want to try to get to that point. I don't want to try to get to the top of the mountain because there's nothing really there. It's, you get there and it's short-lived. And then you have to go through all these obstacles again. You have to try again. You got to keep climbing the mountain. You got to keep going down this road and this road. And you just keep doing this all the time. And then this is why a lot of people like me got really down and out, got really depressed and suicidal, because my own thoughts of grandeur of that top of the mountain, you know, it was my own thoughts of grandeur that there was going to be something there for me, you know, like I was so special and, you know, when I get there, there's going to be something there for me and it's going to change my entire life and I'm going to live happily ever after like this story. It does not happen like that. And this is why I say delusions of grandeur, because I know for me, when I have those things, I will keep trying and trying, and I will keep saying, okay, if I just try a little harder and I do a little more and I, you know, just keep climbing up the mountain, that sooner or later, everything will be better. Everything will be all right. And it never happens. I always end up with the same futile thinking, the same monotony. And I know a lot of you understand what I'm saying, but you're still running from this concept of letting go. And listen, I want you to go and exercise if you want to exercise for your health. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's something that you need for your physical self. If you eat right, you need to eat right for your health. You know, these are things that you need to do. You know, it's not a thing where you have to motivate your mind to get to this delusion of grandeur in your head where you think that this thing is and there's nothing there. So you might as well stay down here in the nothing and get used to it and talk about it. When you're having a bad day, talk about it. When you're feeling how you're feeling and you're saying, look, there is no point to this. It's absolutely meaningless. I don't want to go through this shit. And get it out of you, I most likely guarantee that you will feel better about yourself, a little bit better. I'm not saying that it is a cure-all, because there is no such thing as a cure. There is no such thing as a cure-all. I'm telling you, there is no such thing as a cure. You got to get that out of your head. You got to get that way of thinking out of your head, that there's going to be something that is just going to make your life stop being what it is. It's not going to stop being what it is. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. See, this is what the world and society and motivation and like motivational speakers and these other people that are telling you with this spiritual nonsense and all this other stuff, they're telling you just keep trying. Just keep sticking with it. Just keep praying. Just keep reading this book. Just keep doing this thing and that thing. And you'll eventually You'll eventually reach the top of the mountain and, oh, you know, it's going to be this great, lovely moment. No, 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 there's not going to be that. And see, what I'm doing here is I'm crushing your ego and your pride. I'm crushing that delusion of grandeur in your head. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't like when you come at that because they're holding on to that so bad. They think that they got to do this to be happy. And you can skip all of that. You can skip all of that stuff and just say, look, I'm having a shitty day and I don't care about nothing. You know, this is pointless. You know, I'm just not feeling this shit. And talk about it and be about it. We don't have to do all that extra baggage stuff. We don't have to do all that extra baggage stuff. This is why we make it so hard on ourselves and we stress so bad, because we think that we have to do something. We think that we have to keep trying. It's not about trying. It's about just being what you are right now and speaking how you feel right now, and listen to people when they speak about what they speak right now. And don't judge them. Just say, okay, say what you need to say, do what you need to do. You know, do you need to go and hit a brick wall with a bat? Then go and do that if that's what you got to do to get your anger out. I don't say, you know, do that to any living thing or something that's going to feel pain. No, I don't say that. I don't endorse that. But if you have to go, you know, smack water a couple times, or you have to do whatever it is that you have to do to let go of these thoughts and this thinking in your head, then my golly gee, under the sun, do it if that's what you have to do. Right now, this is what I have to do. I have to do this video. I have to say, this shit is pointless. Life is futile. It is meaningless. There is no purpose. There's no purpose. But yet, I'm going to reach over to my coffee here. I'm going to grab the cup of coffee. I'm going to say, you know what? Salutations. Great day to everybody. Cheers, you know, and take a sip of my coffee and say, you know, I'm really not feeling this day. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. But yet, this is what all of these movies and society and this conforming aspect in our schools and our family members and so many other things have told us that we have got to do something. You got to do something. You know, you have to be somebody special. You have to go to college to get a degree and to do all this and that to be somebody. That completely goes against what, and I'm not against you because you may be going to college or you may be doing whatever it is that you do. I'm not against you. That's not what I'm saying. But I am against the concept of it for myself, because I can learn things on my own. The technology that we have right now, we really don't even need to go to like college or anything, really. You can go right on the internet and find all this stuff. You can do classes on the internet. You can find almost anything that you need to find. If you really want to find it, you will find it on the internet. You know, I don't like how a lot of this is, but everything is right at the tip of our fingertips, but yet we're still trying and we're still just not doing or saying what we need to do or say right now. There is no other time but right now to do it. You know, and when I say do it, I don't mean try. I mean do it naturally, because that's how you're feeling. When I wake up, I'm usually feeling like shit when I wake up. I am not a morning guy. I am not a guy when I wake up. I am not in the best of moods. I'm miserable. You wouldn't like me in the morning too much. And I get up and I just say, you know, man, I'm feeling shitty. I don't try to fight against how I feel. I'm not fighting to fight to get to somewhere. Do you understand? I'm not fighting against it, even though it may suck. But yet I tell you to be thankful for the little things. Even though you may be feeling shitty and you're saying everything is pointless, there is no point to this. Just say it out loud to yourself or someone else. And you know what? If they say something back to you to say, hey, well, you gotta do something, then you know that that's all that is their judgments for you. You can't go by what other people say for yourself. And I know what it is like. I know what it is like to not have that thing inside yourself to tell yourself these things, because it may depress you. It may get you down and out. I don't know. This might do that to you, but I know for me, it does not do that for me. It gets all the shit out of my head. It gets all these mixed emotions and thoughts and all this other crap that's on my mind all the time. And I'm not even telling you everything that's on my mind or in my head. This is only a fraction of what I need to talk about and get out and just let go. You know, this is just a fraction. I never get off of these videos feeling completely satisfied. Never. That's why I come back to it, because I'm never satisfied with letting go of what I did let go. And I gotta let go of more stuff. And then when I get off the phone, that's what I do. I let go more. I sit here to myself and say, you know what? Why am I thinking this? There's no point for me to think this. Why am I gonna sit here and drive myself nuts overthinking this thought when it's just a thought and it doesn't mean anything? It does not mean nothing. I don't know how many of y'all struggle with, obsessive thinking and stuff like that, but I know that I do. And this is the only thing that I can do, is talk about it. It's the only thing I can do. And like right now, it's like I have this little bit of agitation in me where it's like something's nagging at my brain. There's some kind of thought that is nagging at me, and I can't quite get rid of it. And then but I don't want to talk it away. I don't want to try to make it go away. I just want to admit that it's there and tell you that it's there and say, look, these thoughts are there and I don't want to think about them. They're bullshit. I know that they don't mean nothing. It's just a thought. And so many people have these thoughts and these delusions of grandeur, and they're constantly living by those, and they're thinking that that is going to be the solve all problem, and it never will be. You're going to keep putting yourself through this circle where you're going to be down here where I think we should be, and you're just going to keep going like this. Oh, I made it again. Moo. This. I made it again. Blue. You know, why can't we just stay down here and say, okay, let me stay down here. I'm cool down here. Now let me talk about down here. That's it. And that's all I got for this video. I didn't want to go this long. This is way too long. My videos have trouble uploading when they're this long. But if you haven't, please subscribe. Hit the like button if you liked. And I will leave a link in my description if you would like to donate anything. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Somebody but nobody. SBN Lifestyle. Later on, y'all.